Donald Trump was just indicted in a RICO case. This is a wild turn of events. It is one that, had it been the first charges, would have felt even larger, but it is the fourth. And so right now we have our special report on RICO. This is a law that was initially created to target specific problems in trying to charge the elusive mafia. It is the Racketeering, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations statute. And here is one way to understand it, as explained in the classic film, The Dark Knight.
I'm good with calculation. I handled all their investments. One big pot.
Got it.
1 minute.
RICO. If they pooled their money, we can charge them all as one criminal conspiracy.
Charge them with what?
In a RICO case, if you can charge one of the conspirators with a felony, you can charge all of them with.
If you can charge one, you can charge them all. That is different than how many criminal statutes work. And it started as a federal law, and now different states have their own versions. So what I'm about to walk you through is why Donald Trump is more likely to end up in an unpardonable, unreviewable prison sentence than he was yesterday morning. The law was first designed to go after the mafia. Over the decades, though, prosecutors have expanded it as a powerful tool for any criminal enterprise. Here's Fulton County DA last night explaining all of it.
Rather than abide by Georgia's legal process for election challenges, the defendants engaged in a criminal racketeering enterprise to overturn Georgia's presidential election result. As you examine the indictment, you will see acts that are identified as overt acts and those that are identified as predicate acts, sometimes called acts of racketeering activity. The RICO charges has time that you have to serve, so it is not a probated sentence.
She knows the law. The defendants better learn it. Some of them may have reason to need to know how to get out of a RICO case, because it's very, very hard. As you heard the DA lay out there, just the actual law. And this is how it works. And in Georgia, it's the kind of case, she says, that does not allow for non-prison probation sentences if you are convicted. Now, this casts a deliberately wide net. And I want to show you an update to a chart we have shown before. This is now Georgia specific. What you see are the arrows of different plots. And as of last night, the red ones have been indicted in Georgia. And the bottom few are different than some of the plots we've shown in the national DOJ case. You see the poll worker harassment. You see the voting data breach. These are now part of this sprawling RICO case that, as you saw in Dark Knight, hits everyone. And those mandatory minimums, they start at 5 years. This indictment and charges could be the toughest for Trump to date.
71 pages, 161 separate acts, all described as the constituent elements of that RICO charge.
DA Willis is pursuing a RICO case against the former president.
Because you don't want to just look at the very top.
And remember that RICO really is just being able to talk about everybody's dirty laundry.
The RICO statutes were designed for the mob, but they have been used far beyond the mob.
The RICO charge, which seems so powerful and potent here, and for Donald Trump, perilous.
It is perilous, and it has been such for other RICO defendants. This DA has used these racketeering laws for prosecutions of gang-related activity and other people in completely other professions. So to understand how we got here, you actually do have to go back, because the feds struggled to deal with the group and racketeering-related problems of organized crime. If you go back decades, America had a real mafia problem. It had to do with the way that different mobsters and gangsters not only operated, but how they managed to keep a distance from the underlying crimes, meaning that you could get this thing over here or money laundering over there or get one or two people, but it was hard to get them all. This goes all the way back to the 50s, I want to show you, when then Senator Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, was leading the congressional effort to try to figure out how they could better tackle those problems. Now, we have this old footage. Consider, of course, we dug this up from a government hearing over 70 years ago, so it's not perfect video, but if you listen closely, you'll start to understand why they developed these laws to do what witnesses and others were resisting.
Now, during this period of your close friendship, he hired Benny the Bug Ross. He hired Joe Curcio, a liquor bootlegger. He obtained a charter for Abe Goldberg, who had just been convicted of extortion in Philadelphia.
I cannot remember whether he was or not. As I said, it was that period of time, and I just don't recall.
You can't remember what you talked about, and you can't remember whether he was in your room.
It wouldn't have been of anything of any importance, Mr. Kennedy, and I can't recall it.
That was the dodging. Congress punched back. By 1970, they passed this RICO law as a way to go after all of the mobsters together. Everyone's crime is shared. And this is a broad law. Now, some argue that when you fish with too big a net, you risk getting tangled up yourself. And there may be ways that RICO prosecutions can be unwieldy, but it also has been effective against the crime families, as mentioned. Indeed, if you look at the numbers, it was used against 24 different mafia families and considered a strong new weapon, convicting people like Gambino boss John Gotti. And this DA is not the first prosecutor to take these tools well beyond the mob. And then there are some pretty famous prosecutors who touted RICO as the way to solve crime.
I do think that the work in my office and other parts of the Justice Department has changed the definition of the problem of crime in America.
We're going to have to attack it as a business, not just as individual crime.
We have followed up with civil RICO cases. There will be some point in the future in which we will really destroy the power of the mafia.
Then prosecutor Rudy Giuliani saying RICO is how you destroy crime. Here we are, and we can report for the first time ever, that same prosecutor, that former prosecutor Rudy Giuliani, who became a Trump lawyer, now charged under the very criminal statute he once touted. This law that was built to go after elusive gangsters and mafiosos that Rudy Giuliani once touted as the way to restore order is now being used against Rudy Giuliani, against Donald Trump, and every other person accused of being part of this conglomerate racketeering conspiracy to steal your vote and overthrow the election.